they put it on this episode and they're touting it as, oh my God, this is the secret holy grail. This is why Jada has all these problems. It's a parasite. Now, I'm yawning. I'm like, this is Dr. Maggie Yu. I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform Protocol. We're actually going to be looking at um, a red table talk that Jada Pinkett Smith and her family did with Dr. Mark Hyman. And it's about functional test results for their family. And I'm really fascinated to actually do a live reaction video to the session that they had with Dr. Hyman.
Now, you got a sensitive stomach. You're always talking about it. You're tired. We found something that's causing a lot of your stomach issues.
Oh, okay.
And it's something that affects about 8% of the population,
Okay.
which is a parasite.
Okay, wait.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk infection. And then the whole family freaks out. Okay. And they put it on this episode and they're touting it as, oh my God, this is the secret holy grail. This is why Jada has all these problems. It's a parasite. Now, I'm yawning. I'm like, oh, I'm really yawning actually. I'm yawning at this because think about this. Okay. Think about this. Jada has autoimmune issues. Okay. Now, if you have disease, your immune system, which should be fighting parasites and germs, says, now I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to kill you instead. So for her, let's say it's going against cells on her scalp. Her immune system is busy looking at her scalp and says, you're an invader and I'm going to kill you. So how good is it at fighting any germs, whether it's fungus, parasites, bacteria, whatever it is? Not very good. So people with autoimmune disease have gut infections all the freaking time. It's not news. It's not shocking. In fact, for me, it's like boring in some ways. And the focus is wrong. I'm going to tell you the focus is wrong. There is really not much conversation around hormones. And I can tell you looking across that red table, oh my gosh, is there hormonal hell right there? Do you know that with Jada's alopecia, it's autoimmune? Yes, you can get autoimmune alopecia where it's attacking the hair follicles. But the other reason, one of the most common reasons that people lose hair on their head is what we call androgenic or hormonal related hair loss. Hormones is a big part of this issue for anybody with hair loss or alopecia or baldness, right? And it's not just the only mechanism isn't just, oh, there's an autoimmune disease attacking the hair follicles. That definitely is the issue here for her, number one. But the other thing is, I know she's in hormonal hell. I know her Jada's mom is in hormonal hell, and even her kids are in hormonal hell, because believe it or not, do you know that the number one trigger of all these autoimmune flares up and down is fluctuating hormones? Fluctuating hormones. Okay. Jaden's at the age where his hormones are coming up. Willow is menstruating every month. So her hormones are going up and down all the time, which is why women have more autoimmune flares than men because we have these monthly cycles. Okay. And then for Jada, she's at the age, I think she's similar to my age, where we're going through a lot of early or late or middle or after menopausal changes. This is why her hair loss has accelerated like crazy. This is why she ended up deciding to shave her head because there's been an acceleration in her hair loss. And it's not by accident is happening for her around this age where her hormones are like going woo woo woo. Can I do that again? Woo, 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 woo. For people with autoimmune disease that are women, and men go through this in a different way as well. So don't men, you're not out of the woods on this at all because there are definitely autoimmune changes with hormones for men as well. But for women, anytime between 35 and 55 there, our hormones are changing even faster than the regular population. And unfortunately for us, any dip of these hormones or shift in these hormones triggers the autoimmunity. And how many of you, I'm not even going to say I know this, I'm just going to guess this. I can tell you right now that looking at Jada's symptoms and her family symptoms, I would not be surprised, for example, if there's a history for her where after the birth of each of her children, there's some new symptoms that started. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that if she's postmenopausal, that when she was having periods, that certain times of the month, she noticed that there were symptoms that were, whether it's her gut, her joints, or her hair would be worse, or her mood or her sleep would be worse. I wouldn't even be surprised right now that she's in the middle of a menopause and she's starting to have hot flashes, insomnia, brain fog, anxiety, irritability right now, just because this is what we all go through around this time. So, what you're seeing here is that the reason she's getting so much worse right now is because her hormones are going through dramatic change and no one's talking about this. And in fact, nobody talks about hormones in relation to autoimmunity. So for me, you have to master those hormones. And the problem is, there's very few true hormone experts out there. And just because someone's a functional medicine doc does not make them an expert in hormones, and especially in dealing with autoimmunity. How do I know that? I am one of those docs who were trained in family medicine for 10 years. I went through all the functional medicine training, and I had my own hormonal hell and early menopause at the age of 36. I was the one who postpartum started my Hashimoto's, and I didn't even know I had Hashimoto's. Postpartum, I had a C. diff gut infection. I didn't even know it was related to autoimmunity. I had diabetes all over my family. I didn't even know that that was an autoimmune disease as a doctor. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that doctors are very ill educated about autoimmunity, including functional medicine doctors. If you're interested in learning more about our program or working with me, we're going to put a link below to start a chat with our team. On top of this video, there's also a link to chat with our team. Chat with our team. Tell us what autoimmune struggles you have, what hormonal struggles or gut issues or blood sugar issues you have. And we'd love to hook you up with resources up the wazoo because I've made hundreds and hundreds, I've spent thousands of hours creating content to educate you guys, whether or not you work with me. I'm just telling you, this is what it's going to take to turn around your autoimmunity. And I hope that has shed some light and help inspire you to really think bigger and to understand how big of an issue this is and what kind of approach exactly is going to get you out of this. So I hope that was helpful, everybody.